Hello everybody and welcome back to another one on my matchday vlog / review games for the Preston match against Huddersfield Town. So let me first of all start this review out by saying we did not deserve to win this match at all, guys, but in the end we walked away with 3 points somehow. So in this game, guys, Huddersfield were absolutely dominant for all of the match. They actually had something like 64% possession. They also had 20 shots compared to our 10 shots, so how they didn't manage to win this is absolutely beyond me. But a big reason that they didn't actually win this was because of the home debutant Andres Lindegaard. He had an absolutely phenomenal match for us, really some excellent saves from him, and we really have been spoilt with keepers this year because it seems to me like we got another really top-notch keeper for the rest of the season, and I'm really happy about that because Lindegaard, he really did put a shift in for us today, and he kept us in it several times. But something that I wasn't really happy with in the first half especially was that we seemed to be a bit tactically naive, really. We went with 4-4-2 against Huddersfield, and Huddersfield just absolutely drowned our midfield. We were overrun from minute one. I was quite surprised why it took Grayson so long to actually change it, because when we did bring the subs on of Daniel Johnson and John Welsh, they absolutely changed the game and then the momentum switched in our favour. So I was just a bit surprised really that it took him that long to give up on this 4-4-2 system. And so in the midfield too, we had Alan Brown and Paul Gallagher, both excellent players, but playing in the midfield two together, not really sure about that. We really do need a defensive player to play alongside them, so they've got a bit more license to roam. Or Alan Brown plays in the defensive midfielder and you bring DJ back into the team. Then guys, I actually saw quite a few Preston fans on Twitter slating Grayson as to why he did leave Daniel Johnson on the bench. Now, for me, that was probably the correct decision for me, because Daniel Johnson, in the past 2 months or anything, he's really not been putting in good performances, and so I thought that being on the bench, being dropped for today's game, would have done him good. And to be fair to him, I thought that did slightly work, because he came off the bench and he had probably one of the best performances he's had for quite a while now. He really did put a shift in, and he really did do well in that aspect. And another thing I found a little bit odd about the match was that we did decide to start Jordan Hugel. Now, in my opinion, Hugel, he's not a championship striker in my opinion. I think he should have been loaned out, and if we did have all our strikers available to us, then Hugel probably would have been loaned out. But since the current situation that we've got ourselves in, that means that he's having to be dragged into the first team. And in my opinion, he's probably better as an impact player, because when he does start a match, he does a lot of running around, Hugel. And after 15-20 minutes or so, he really seems to run himself into the ground. So in the second half, Hugel really didn't have any impact on the game at all. In the first half, he had a couple of decent touches and probably should have scored as well, but their keeper did manage to make a good save. But all in all, I think he's better as an impact player. Let me know what you think of that in the comments down below. But another player that I did think had an excellent game was Bailey Wright. I really did think he had a great game, especially in the first half. He was keeping them out time and time again. And our back four was looking a bit exposed really, since the midfield two pairing of Brown and Gallagher weren't really giving them much protection. Bailey Wright really did stand out for me and had an excellent game. And it was also a bit unfortunate really that also Callum Robinson and Adam Reach on today's game didn't really have much of an impact. They just weren't in the game, especially Callum Robinson. In the first half, I think he touched the ball about twice. He really didn't do much, and in the second half again, he really didn't get on the ball as much as I would have liked him to. So Robinson again, probably better as an impact player in my opinion. But in terms of Huddersfield, one player that absolutely ran the show for them was their 19-year-old midfielder, Philip Billing, I think he's called, and he was absolutely instrumental for them. He was absolutely insane. He really is a prospect for the future. When I found out how old he was, I was absolutely astonished, because I thought he was like some sort of like 30-year-old or 28-year-old or something like that, because he's a really built player, and he was just wreaking havoc. And in the second half, we managed to shut him down a lot more, especially when we brought on John Welsh. He seemed to man-mark him and take him out of the game, but in the first half, he posed an absolutely massive threat for them. Also did Naki Wells. His pace on the break really was crucial for Huddersfield, but they just couldn't manage to make anything of it in the end. So all in all, guys, not the best performance from Preston, but do I care? Not at all, since we did manage to get the win in the end. That's a sign of a good team. When you are winning matches and you're not playing well, that is a sign of a good team, guys. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of the game today. I'll be very interested to know whether you're a Preston fan or a Huddersfield fan. Let me know in the comments down below. And other than that, guys, make sure you check out all the links in the description down below. And I'll see you all in the next one.